Now, students aren't getting a good deal. This is not a good deal. The students are signing up for 100, 200, whatever it is, hours of study time. To be given 3 times that amount is not sale time. It's not bargain time. It will kill them off. It will either kill them off or they won't study it. It's counterproductive. So I'm sure you do estimate the workload of your materials. Of course you do. Developmental testing. Do you trial the materials? Not with armchair critics, not with colleagues who have breathe and sleep with this every time. The people for whom it's designed, real-life students in real time, can they study that? Can they perform? Certainly, I've given students mock examinations on Christmas Eve because it was the only time we could fit it in, and using that evidence to change the course. Of course, it's not just the teaching materials. If the course fails, it may be the administration, the technology. Are you sure it's going to work? Costs and economics. The biggest cost in the institution are staff. I haven't seen the budget in this university, but I can guess. 75, 80% of the budget is staff. It's the same around the world. They're the most expensive people. Expensive to develop the course, to tutor the course, to mark the course. We need to be aware of those costs. Are you fully aware of those costs? Not just for the first presentation, but how many presentations? How many years will that course run? How many students will you have? Is that a cost-effective way of providing that course? Would it be cheaper to send them to California for 3 years? It may be. Or to enter into some link with another institution. This quote is, it's old now, 8 years old. But I suspect if the same study were done here in Hong Kong or in the UK, the same result would be known. For the vast majority of colleagues, haven't got a clue. Program evaluation. What routine procedures, mechanisms, surveys, discussion groups, forum to collect that information over the entire student life cycle. That information is vital. You can make small changes throughout. How reliable, how valid are those methods? I mentioned the UK National Student Survey. This is costing hundreds of thousands of pounds, tens of thousands of dollars. And I think it's flawed because it's a one-shot survey at the end of the course. It's not accessing all those students before they even get there. I think that is, unreliable. And of course, how are these communicated to the students? If you want to involve students, you've got to tell them what you're doing. Typically, in all these evaluations, there's a problem of response rate. And I'm sure you've anticipated that already. 20, 30, 40% response rate, not worth the paper it's written on. You may as well put it in the dustbin because you've no confidence with 30, 40% response. You need 60, 70 or more percent to have any confidence. And certainly in my experience, you can boost the response rate very easily. It takes a while, but what you do is you tell students what you're going to do as a result. The action you're going to take to change this, improve that, shorten this, lengthen that, clarify the other. You tell them what you're going to do. And amazingly, students think, hey, they're listening to us. We'll now tell them what it's really like. And the response rate spirals upwards. You need that information. My concluding comments. Well, I would say this, wouldn't I? Access to education, it is increasing. But it's impossible to scale up. I really do think the government of Singapore in 3-5 years' time will realise that they built another university, fantastic, but they'll have the same problem with access. It's a bit like roads. You build more roads, more cars jump onto them. Appropriate use of media. I really do think the actions model, and I hope you remember the actions, can be incredibly useful for you when you're assessing, is this the most appropriate medium in this context? The new technologies, and again, I'm looking forward to BB's presentation. If I had to make a prediction, it would be that mobile learning is going to be at the forefront of developments over the next 3-5 years. I just see so many exciting developments in that area. And certainly in terms of quality, yes, I've got the utmost respect for these national quality assurance agencies, but they're not infallible. And I think it's our duty to prompt them to show what else needs to be done. And I finish by saying, well, the challenge, as we know, is to make sure that every learner, those children in India, those children in South Africa, the ones here, need that opportunity.